What'd you buy this morning?
We bought a truck. Not just any truck. It's got all these new features like the Dr. Pepper can that keeps this mirror from closing in. Some top of the line duct tape to hold it together. So we bought this beater truck from actually the guy who sold us this property. So this is an 01 Sierra and it looks like it was driven off a cliff. And it kept driving and arrived in our parking lot. Mechanically, everything's there. A lot of stuff needs like cosmetic, like this all needs changed. This, it's like, is it even worth fixing? I don't know. There's no tailgate, but we can move stuff now. If we buy a couch, we can put it in here. We can haul stuff. It has 4x4, so we can get out of muddy situations. The tires work, it turns on, and it's just gonna be our farm truck. Most people have taillights that cover the whole thing, but this has like a little view of the bulb. So I think it's an upgrade. And when you open the door, it makes this weird sound because it's like bent. It kind of bends that sheet metal there. The horn does not work. It's missing a piece of the chair. A dinosaur stepped on it or something, I don't know. I don't know if it's technically legal to drive with that, so we have to get a lot of this fixed ASAP. He also told us that a couple of the bulbs are burnt out, so you gotta run it on highs, so it's really convenient at night for other people. I think they'll love that. Windshield wipers work, so that's a pro. Originally, this plastic thing is how you open the hood.
But this is now how you have to open the
Jank.
hood. Cool. This one's really cool too.
It's got like a kind of rock and roll look to it.
Yeah.
Kind of punk. If you want to buy a truck and you don't want to worry about it getting stolen, this is the truck to buy. How do you feel about this truck?
It was like a spur of the moment decision. The guy was like, I'll sell it to you for $1,500 right now, but I gotta go. So we had to make a decision like immediately, but I was like, it's $1,500.
We wouldn't have bought it just off of anyone, but literally they've been making trips back and forth from here to Missouri, 1,000 miles each way, and it's still kicking. So I think it has at least 1,000 more miles in it. We will not be allowed into the cool parking lot where all the kids go to park by the volunteer fire department. Beater truck, gotta fill her up. I hope the gauges work so I know if I'm gonna run out of gas or not. If this is not a country cred truck, I don't know what it is.
I think she's enjoying it. I think she just likes riding in front with us. I try to put her in the back too. With both.
I just changed the serpentine belt in the truck. It's the first big thing I've tackled on my own. I took it into the shop to get an oil change because I've never done one. And I figured it's an old truck and might as well have a mechanic do it. But everyone around here is backed up like a month. I got an appointment to take this truck in next week to get a tune-up. So while we had this weekend, I wanted to take some time and learn how to do something. Worst case scenario, if I couldn't do it, I would just take it to the mechanic. One thing that the oil change mechanic told me was, hey, your serpentine belt is like about to break. Like it could snap any minute. And so it actually did have a rip in it. You can see here, like that should not be like that. It should be like this all across. So I took that out, watched like 3 or 4 YouTube videos, and then I installed a new serpentine belt, which was easier said than done. It took me a long time, but now it works. It's this guy. See that little belt running? For someone whose dad is an amazing retired mechanic, it's pretty sad that I'm just learning this kind of thing now. Better late than never. Next up is changing the air filter. So this is the previous air filter. I don't know what all this crap is, but it does not look good. So when I went to open this, this was filled with all kinds of dust bunnies. It was pretty gross. I want to show you what a new one should look like. Quite the difference.
What are you doing?
I am trying to change the spark plugs in an engine. I've never done that. And I chose a V8, which means there's 8 spark plugs to change.
What you wearing?
Just my mechanic. Because I'm going to get under the car and I just want to get these dirty.
Oh, mechanic farmer guy going to do farmer jobs.
I'm gonna call my dad and just be like, hey, how tight are those supposed to be? I might check the tightness tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Oh. Was it worth saving money? I don't know.
Well, you definitely learned a lot. / are learning a lot.
Basically, I just changed the fuel filter. This is the old one. I think I did it correctly. I think you're about to invest in some really nice lifts because it was really hard. I was contortioning like
under the car. I only had this much room in my thing. One wrench has to be here, and there's like all this crap all around here. So before this one,
I think it was harder than the freaking serpentine belt spark plugs only because of the position of being underneath. Get ready for that, babe. Get ready, Amazon. I spent the last week or so fixing stuff in the truck. Originally, I was gonna get everything done at the mechanic, but all the mechanics here are like a month behind. Because of the timing, I was just forced to figure it out. My dad's a retired mechanic, so that helps. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos and just called him for help along the way. So over the last week and a half, I have changed a bunch of bulbs that were out. Then I changed the serpentine belt. It's a V8 engine, so I changed all the spark plugs. There's 8 of them. I just finished doing the fuel filter. I'm about to start it up and we'll see if it actually worked. It works. I was nervous. I can't stress how green I was. Most I'd ever done is fill tires, check tire pressure, check the oil dipstick. That's about it. I feel like I've graduated to beginner mechanic. I'm gonna take this on a test drive and here we go.
Truck's very first farm job. I scored a couple used parts for the Sierra from this guy on Facebook Marketplace. So we got some back headlights, front headlights, side mirrors, and this is the fancy new tailgate. As you can see, it looks a lot better than the entire rest of the truck. It's hooked up.
That's what a truck is for.